Thanks for listening to the Youthology Podcast with Jeff Grinnell. Be sure to check out all of our available resources on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or online at youthology.com. Now, let's jump into the podcast.
Thank you for joining us at Youthology Resources. Every week we come with a topic in youth leadership, and you know where to follow us. All you need to do is go to our social media and / Jeff Grinnell at all the social medias and hit the link tree. You'll see it on the bottom right there. Hit the link tree, and that will take you to our YouTube page where you can watch this, to our iTunes podcast where you can listen to this at any time, or to the manuscript at youthology.com, the website, okay? Hey, thank you for being with us this week. Now, I want to deal with the family this week. You know, we are in week 3 of the shutdown in America and everything that's going on globally. And so we've had some resources the last few weeks to help you in your youth ministry. And this week, what I want to do is talk about healthy families. We are getting so much time with our families right now. Hey, so let me make a statement. I believe that what we do right now with our families is going to impact our nation in a greater way than this COVID-19 virus. Did you hear me? Let me say it again. I believe that what we do in our families, with our families, and building our families right now is going to have a greater impact on our nation than COVID-19. Honestly. Now, that may be difficult for you to say, looking at looking at what's going on right now, but I want you to understand how powerful of a moment we are in for our families. So, let me help you with some real creative ways to build the family and assure a healthy family coming out of this. One of the things we said last week was, I want to come out of this better than I came into this. And so let's deal with the family. First of all, let me make this statement. I believe that the family is the greatest evangelism tool for the church in the history of the world. Doesn't that sound crazy, like a large statement, kind of fantastic to say? But let me say it again, and I'm going to build a case for this. I believe the family is the greatest evangelism tool that the world has ever seen in the church. The problem is the family has not been a priority. I mean, think about this. The family is in every community on the planet. The family is in every community on the planet. There isn't a place in the world today where there isn't a family, okay? The family unit, humanity. So think about that. There may not be a government in the farthest reaches of the corners of this world. There may not be a school or an educational system. There may not be business or commerce. But one thing that is assured in every community on this planet is that the family will exist. And so, wouldn't it make sense that a healthy family is the greatest way to reach our globe for Christ? I mean, think about it. It doesn't cost anything. There's no cost to the church for healthy families. I mean, maybe commitment and sacrifice and obedience, right? But we don't have to raise money to set up tents or have crusades or build a better website, bring in a guest speaker. No. Every community has a family represented in it as a key to the system, to the context, to the culture of that area and that region, okay? So what can we do? What can we do? Number one, I believe that healthy marriages create healthy families. Healthy marriages create healthy families. And so when our children see a healthy marriage, when our children see us communicating and honoring and respecting, when they see authority in the home through a healthy marriage, that builds a healthy family. Now, I realize that there are many people, we are raising about half is what Barna Research has told us. About half of marriages end in divorce, 51% actually. And it's about the same in the church as it is in the world. It's not much better. Although the trend is trending. So if you look at the trends, marriages are lasting longer. Second marriages are not. Those are being broken up or disintegrated at a 70% rate. Okay? So maybe you come from a home that's not a traditional home or a classic home. Maybe you come from a blended home. Maybe your family is a single mom or a single dad raising the family. I have great friends in that setting who are model parents, and so maybe it's not the marriage in that setting that is raising the children and and some of these other things that we're going to say, but maybe it's a single parent. Okay, so first of all is parenting or the marriage. Number 2, family table. Oh man, I love this one. This is a blast in our home. Like, the family dinner table was something that we did 2 or 3 nights a week. We couldn't do it every night of the week because our kids were busy. They were in sports and they were involved in youth group and all of that other stuff, right? Everything that goes on. But we did make it a priority for 2 or 3 nights a week when our kids and we sat down together and we had family devotions at the table. I always did it at the end of the meal, so that we get the kids talking, get that excitement going, and then we would do a video, or we'd read a book, or we'd do a lesson, and we'd switch that out as the kids got older. They would do it, or one of the things that my kids understood is we had a rule at the table that you could talk with food in your mouth. You might say, "No, hey, quiet," right? Because they're talking and food's coming out. No, listen. That builds a better atmosphere, right? So our rule was you can talk with food in your mouth. So maybe you want to establish that. And one of the things you could do is go through the Alpha series or do SOAP together. The SOAP program. I'll put that in the notes. You'll see the manuscript, and you'll be able to follow up with that if you're not familiar with those are. Okay, but there's nothing like that conversation that takes place at the family table. All right, number 3. Number 3 is sibling relationships. Sibling, brother-sister relationships. Something has happened in our culture, in our society, over the last, I'm just going to say 25 years, okay? I grew up with brothers and sisters, 2 brothers and a sister. And we made sure that each other was straight. Okay, they were like, not wandering off to the right or to the left, that they weren't with the wrong crowd, that they weren't doing something stupid. Now, it was probably a little more difficult for my siblings because I wasn't like the best kid, but anyway, I can remember my older sister saying things like, "Hey, you shouldn't hang out with that person," right? Or if I would be interested in dating someone, she'd be like, "No," and that's that protectiveness. I can remember beating up my 2 brothers who were younger than me because nobody else could, but I could. It's kind of a right of being an older sibling, right? And so I want you to think this through. The sibling relationship. When the sibling relationship is healthy, the family is healthy. And the impact of healthy brothers and sisters is amazing to watch. It really is. It's something that is a safety for them because they can talk to each other. Maybe when they don't feel totally comfortable talking to a parent, or their friend group has let them down and their squad is not the right person to talk. When they can talk to an older brother or sister, man, that is so encouraging to see that. I watched a video this week, and it was of a young girl in a home who has cancer, and she had lost her hair. And I don't know if maybe you saw this too, but man, I think I watched it 8 or 10 times. And the little girl who had cancer, who had lost her hair, was with her sister, and they were recording, doing makeup and all this stuff. And the older sister shaved her head also. You've seen that happen. Friends do that often, and in those settings. But it was so beautiful to watch as the older sister began then to shave her eyebrows. And the little girl, the younger sister started crying and they hugged this. And I watched it a few times and lost it. Okay, so yeah. Sibling relationships are so positive and so powerful. Let me give you a fourth one. So number one was marriage, healthy marriages and parenting. Number two was the family table. Conversations at the family table. Number three is that sibling relationship and the power of brothers and sisters. Man, I wish we could spend more time on that. I'll blog on that and give you some more ideas on how to get them talking and how to get them along with each other, how to get them alone with each other, right? And then number four in building healthy families that build healthy communities is family recreation, vacations. Man, it's almost like a thing we don't do. Staycations, doing something just in your area, and around the area for a daycation, okay? Those kind of things build memories. Okay, here, listen, do you have a time where you go out and play with the kids, right? When you're playing baseball and you're playing basketball with the kids and you're skating with the kids, or you're just doing chalk with the kids, something like build memories that are recreational. Attend a sporting event. Attend a sporting event. So exciting to be in that setting. You get to meet other parents and all that. So anyway, recreation. I think that can be a great way to build memories. Let me get real practical with that too. And I'll blog on this too. I'll put this in the manuscript to make sure that you hear how we did it. We built a memory box for each of our kids. And through the years, Jane, many of you know my wife passed away about 4 years ago, but through the years, Jane would take pictures of the kids and memory things, and medals and honors and ribbons, and we would put them in the box. And my two oldest have their box. I've given that to them, and they can go over and see all the little certificates and things that they got. And my youngest, I still have his. I've got to give that to him yet, but when he gets his family, that'll happen. And I'm telling you, to go over the years and the incredible memories of what took place is so healing and so powerful. Okay, finally, number 5, community. When the family is involved in the community, things happen. I mean, you get to witness in the neighborhood. You get to witness at ball games. You get to witness when you're volunteering for Thanksgiving. We used to volunteer on Thanksgiving. We'd go buy groceries and then bring them to someone's house. So my kids could see that. I want them to see that the family is involved in the civil setting where we live and in the regional setting where we live as we volunteer and as we get involved at the school. There are so many ways to do that. And, one of the things that is a plus for those of you that maybe have kids that are in the arts and fine arts or in athletics is it's a way to be a witness amongst the team moms and dads and, all the families that are there watching the soccer game right? All of those moments add into a family's community impact. All right. So, hey, I hope this was helpful. Again, you know where to find us. Right down there's our addresses and how you can get into this more and see some more of the specifics. But anyway, thank you again for joining us. Next week, we are doing a Q&A, okay? We're doing a Q&A, so if you would send us questions, I'm going to answer and respond to those questions. So that'll be next week. Send them to us on the DM. Send me an email. You can call me. The phone number, everything is right there on the website at youthology.com, okay? Again, thank you for joining us on how to raise healthy families and build healthy families that make a greater impact on our nation than this virus ever will. God bless you. See you next week.